The first card that we have coming up for you in the underlying energy is the Page of Wands. Now, the pages are traditionally messengers, so they can carry messages or news. And wands are all about energy and how we affect our external world, which I know sounds strange because what kind of news could that be about? But when this page shows up, sometimes he carries news or information about something that's going on with someone else or something that somebody wants you to know. Now, if it isn't a message or some kind of news that you receive, pages can, very much like the aces, be about new beginnings. And the kind of beginning that I see here is the beginning of some kind of spark, a spark of passion. It can be a spark of excitement or enthusiasm, but in a love life reading, I usually see it as some kind of passion, like there's a stirring there. Could it be the King of Cups that's causing these stirrings? We have him showing up at the heart of the reading. So this is, the rest of your reading would revolve around this card. And the heart of the reading, it tells me where you are. What's your problem? What's your circumstance? And yes, it's a king, but as I always say, that's just to let me know about the energy of the card. This card can apply to you no matter what sex you identify with and no matter what type of relationship you're looking for, whether that's opposite sex, same sex, it doesn't matter. So what's the energy of the King of Cups? Well, kings are all about mastery of that suit. And the Suit of Cups is all about emotions. So this is a king that has mastery over his emotions. And I'm pretty certain you guys got this in your last reading. I think so anyway. So we have the King of Cups here. Now the energy that he's showing here, that can show someone that's in your life at this time, in which case they may be a water sign, which would be a Cancer, Pisces or a Scorpio. But that need not be the case. This may just be someone that you're involved with or have your eye on who has the qualities of this King of Cups. If you don't have anyone around you at the moment, this may be the kind of person that you're looking for right now, because the King of Cups, he's the kind of ideal lover that we kind of look for. That's because he has mastery over his emotions. And that doesn't mean that he can just control his emotions, like he's very controlled. It means also that because he understands his emotions and he's very comfortable with his emotions, he can love without reserve. He's a very sweet, very tender energy, and that is exactly what makes him the lover. So it may be at this time that the person that you're with in your relationship, you may want them to be more like this, or they are being more like this. You may be exhibiting this energy, even though you are Libra and you'd usually come up as swords. It may be at this, you are Librans, come on. It may be that you're feeling extra loved up and feeling more love. And even if you're totally single and you don't have anyone in mind, this could be that person that right at this time, you've very firmly got in mind that this is the kind of person that I want in my life right now, that you're ready to give love and to receive love. But I have a feeling that for a lot of you, that this is a person that's or someone that's already in your life. And if they're not already in your life, they're going to be in your life very soon. But I'll get to that in just a moment. The next card that comes up as a past energy is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords it can talk about an actual journey. So where you've traveled somewhere, you've traveled over, it could be overseas because there is water involved in the image. It need not be, it could show some kind of journey. But the journey that this card shows isn't always a physical journey. It can be an internal journey, an emotional journey, a mental journey. The main message of this card is going from rough seas to calmer waters. And if we look at the card, we see the water represents emotions. And even with the moon here, the moon in this card, that to me talks about confusion. Like you may not even be, or you may not have been sure of the journey while you were on it, but you still took it, Libra. You took that journey. Your journey involved, it wasn't an escape. It wasn't a journey about escapism. It wasn't about getting away from something, because we very clearly see that this woman has 6 swords in her boat. Now the swords, they can represent a kind of low level of sadness. They can represent worries or stresses or the difficult emotions that, they're swords. So they're the difficult thoughts that we've had. And they always represent for me the baggage that we take with us, that no matter what our experience has been, those experiences leave us changed, and they can be a low level of grief, of sadness, or just, difficult kind of issues that we have that are born within us. But we still take them with us because they leave us changed. That's like the emotional baggage that we carry with us when we go from one relationship to another relationship, or when we've dealt with a difficult experience. But hats off to you, Libra. You took that journey. And I think we all saw that journey because it played out in your last few readings that I did. You've not had an easy time of it. That very clearly showed up. Sixes are about balance, and this is about restoring balance. Like, in some ways, this internal journey that you've been on, it has restored balance to you in so many ways. And this is why you now led to the present, where we have the Ace of Pentacles. And quite a few people have been getting the Ace of Pentacles. Like, a few of the signs have gotten it. And the Ace of Pentacles is a card about new beginnings, and pentacles are all about, they can be about practical things like finances, a new job, a lump sum of money, savings, all those types of things. Anything practical the pentacles represent. But in a love life reading, for me, I always see the pentacles as something that we have of value, something that we value, like we'd value a house or like our money. And I think, I don't know whose reading I was saying this in. I think it was, I don't know. I think I've said it in quite a few readings, but I always like to see a relationship kind of beginning or having the Ace of Pentacles in a love life reading, because I believe it's such a good, solid foundation for a relationship. Now, I say it's a new beginning. That doesn't mean if you're in a relationship that your relationship's going to end and you'll start a new relationship. Not at all. It may have been that if you've been in a relationship and you've had these problems with your partner, that's where the Six of Swords were. Maybe you've worked through them together, or maybe you've looked at how you've been at fault in that and dealt with your own issues at your end. But what that has done is it has given you this very solid new beginning that you can have with your partner. Now, if you're single, it's the same thing. Whether you're separated from someone, whether you've got your eye on someone and you're interested in dating someone or being with someone, or whether you don't have anyone on the horizon whatsoever, this Six of Swords journey that you've taken has led to this new beginning that's being offered to you with the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles, like I said, it's all about support. It's about stability. It's about security. So relationships that usually begin with the Ace of Pentacles, or re-begin if you're already in a relationship, they have the promise of lasting the test of time, because they are built on a very firm foundation. And this is a very firm foundation. It's where you have the practical needs of the relationship very much at the forefront. You get very practical about it. And I know that doesn't sound very romantic, but with the King of Cups energy, you're not lacking in romance. And this Pentacles energy just helps to support that and add that stability. Now, you've got the Ace of Pentacles right underneath the Page of Wands, and both of them, like I said, they both represent new beginnings. So this is a new beginning, very much a new beginning, whether you're in a relationship or not. It is like if you're in a relationship, it's a new lease of life that's coming in for you. And that leads to the Two of Cups in the future, and that's just a beautiful card. It's often seen as the soulmate card, or twin flame, or divine partnership, or whatever it is that you want to call it. I mean, everyone seems to have their own name for whatever kind of sacred partnership they see themselves in, and that's fine. This card can very much denote that. So if you're in a relationship already, this could show that you'd connect better than you have probably ever connected. This is a future energy, and time-wise, I mean, timings are kind of strange in the tarot, and they've been extra strange this time because it feels like everyone's looking ahead. Like the past card, usually it would just indicate the month before. And in your case, it could be because you guys did have a difficult December, because that's what we are. It's the new year energy. We are looking back over the year we've just had and projecting forward, seeing what we want from the year ahead. So under normal circumstances, the Two of Cups energy would be what would be coming in as we leave this first half of January. But I can't say that for this because I don't know the way it's been, the way the readings have been going so far. I mean, I just did one for Virgo and there was no way that would happen within a couple of weeks, what was shown in that reading, but we never know. But back to your Two of Cups, back to your soulmate card. At its very core, what this card shows is a relationship of support, of love, where you feel supported and you give support. It's that very beautiful connection between two people. And it's that feeling of a fated love. And it seems to arise totally out of the Ace of Pentacles, and there's nothing to show it won't succeed, especially as it's built on the foundation of the Ace of Pentacles. The card that we have coming up in your crowning position, and the crowning position is, now for me, this would be the energy that's coming in around the middle of the month as we're leaving this first half of January. It's the Judgment card. And it's very much about facing the future without fear. That's what I'm seeing here. It's the phoenix rising up from the ashes. It's having looked back over your past, having accepted everything that's happened. You're able to forgive any kind of trespasses against you, but you're also able to forgive yourself. I mean, sometimes we can hold guilt within ourselves. That's just as important a message of this card as forgiving other people. It's to be able to forgive ourselves. And like I said, it is the phoenix rising up from the ashes, and we see an angel in the Judgment card, and that speaks to me of like divine protection, divine guidance. So even though I said that the Two of Cups may be further along the year, like the timings have been strange, this would speak very much to the Two of Cups, that maybe you're being guided to this relationship as early as the middle of January. Now, for those of you that have been waiting to hear from someone from your past, Judgment card can show that. It can show someone coming back from the past. Now, we will be out of the Mercury retrograde phase. Mercury will be direct by the middle of January, but we will still be in the shadow period. So this may have something to do with that. Let's move on to your oracle cards and see if they have any extra insight or wisdom for us. The first card from the Romance Angels deck is heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. This is a really lovely card. I mean, sometimes it can come up and it's about needing to like talk to each other about, like, it can be a message to open up to each other more. And this may be what the Page of Wands is talking about, the messages that maybe it's time now to send that message of love to someone, or maybe someone will send it to you that will initiate this heart-to-heart conversation. Well, it says conversation, so more than one. But yeah, that's the best way. I mean, that's the King of Cups energy. The King of Cups, he's not afraid to say how he feels. He can talk about his emotions. He can discuss his feelings. I love the way the King of Cups sits directly above the Two of Cups here. That's just some really beautiful, loving energy running down the middle of your reading. And if you're feeling like the King of Cups right now, or if you're involved with someone like that, there's nothing to stop you guys from having these heart-to-heart conversations, which are only going to help you get closer to whoever your person is, whether you're in a relationship or whether you meet someone new. Now, the card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck is number 2, Yin. I'll read you the essential meanings and the relationship message from the book. Essential meanings. The feminine principle of receptivity. Letting someone else make the first move. Gathering information and taking in cues. The art of conscious allowing. Relationship message. Let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You'll be pleasantly surprised. I think it was Pisces. Pisces got the yang of this. So I wonder if some of you are involved with the Pisces, because the King of Cups could represent a Pisces. And that's a lovely message. And that would indicate that this message that's coming from the Page of Wands, it would not be initiated by you. It would be something that would be sent to you. So anyone that's waiting to hear from someone or is waiting for the other person to make the move, that could quite possibly be the case here. I really like the whole feel of yin in this reading, because it feels like, Libra, you guys have been trying and trying and trying. And it finally feels like, especially with this Six of Swords energy in the past, that you've had to work through so much. You've had to really deal with so much, and not just in December. There's so many Librans that I know that you guys have had it. I mean, but I have like some Librans that are really close to me, like my sister as well. I have a sister and I have a very good friend who's a Libran as well. And everyone seems to have really been through it. But you guys have shown tremendous grace and worked through so much. At least the Librans that I know have. And it feels like now, those of you that have done the work, your rewards are finally coming, especially with the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Cups coming up here. But don't push. I mean, that's the other message of yin, is that allow others to take the lead. Yin is the feminine principle. It's that be receptive to what comes towards you. And when someone does come to you, or if you receive a message, be open to it and listen. That's the whole thing of heart-to-heart conversations. Listen to what's said to you and listen with your heart, if that makes sense.